So let's go ahead and get started building this project inside of NetBeans. The first thing that we need to do is create a new project. So in the upper left hand corner we'll select the new project icon, and what we're going to do inside of this dialog box is to choose the Java category, Java application, click on next. From here what we want to do is give our application an original name, something along the lines of test app. Click finish. And we've got a very simple template that's been created for us by NetBeans. And the first thing that I'm going to do with all that nice template code is to delete it. We're going to build this application from scratch. The first line of code that I want to insert in our blank file here is an import statement. And this is a reference to the package that we need that will be our means to communicate from Java to the Apple event system. And you can see we have an error message here that comes up from the system saying it can't find the package. The way that we can solve this problem is if we go over to Test App and do a right click and scroll down to the Properties option. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a reference to the appropriate compile time library. So choose on Libraries, select Add Jar/folder, and the folder that we're looking for, off of the root of your system, find the System folder, Library, Java, choose that directory, and now we have a reference to the correct library that we need, System Library Java, and click OK. And that looks much better. Our error message went away. The next block of code that I'm going to insert looks like this. And this is the class that we're going to use to actually run the AppleScript inside of Java. And the way that it works is we have one method inside of this class called runScript. And we pass into that method the actual script that we want to run. So it's a formatted string. And inside of there we're going to create a reference to an NS AppleScript object. And you can see what we're doing is we're actually passing our script into that object. In order to capture errors, we're going to create a NS mutable dictionary, create a new object, and then what we do with the object that we created above is we're going to call the execute method, pass in the error message object, and what we're going to get back is we're going to look at the error message count, and if the count is 0 then we know that our script successfully ran, and if the error message count is anything other than 0 we're going to print a message. We're going to say that the script failed, and then we're going to print some actual information that comes back from the mutable dictionary. So the next block of code that we need to insert is going to be our main class, and it looks just like this. You can see that it's pretty simple. All it does is create a new object of our script runner class that we defined previously, and then with that new object it calls the runScript method, which is right here. And the runScript method is expecting to have the script passed in that is a string, so we need to fill in this parameter here. So in order to validate that we've got a script that works inside of AppleScript, here's what I want to do. Here's the script editor, and let's just write a very simple one-liner and make sure that this works inside of the script editor. So what we're going to say is tell the application text edit to activate. And if this is actually working, the text edit application will show up, and sure enough, there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and close that. I'm going to copy this text, close the script editor, and inside of my quotes here I'm going to insert that line of code. And you'll notice we need to do a little bit of cleanup because we've got quotation marks embedded inside of a quoted string. So let's go ahead and escape those. That looks better. So there's the entire script that we want to run. Tell application text edit to activate. I'm going to go ahead and save this file. And now the next thing that we need to do is click the little green run button and see if everything works. Click OK. And sure enough, there it is. There's our text edit window that appears. If I go ahead and close that down, you'll notice that we didn't get any error message information back, so everything must be working just as advertised. Just to make sure that our error message works, in other words, this block of code right here is working as we expect it to. Let's go ahead and change this, and instead of text edit we'll call it fret edit, and we'll go ahead and save this. We'll click Run. And now we get the message that corresponds here. Script failed, and then we get the information back from this mutable dictionary. Before we wrap up, I'd like to give you a quick teaser of what's to come in the next video in this series. I'm working inside of a bash shell, and what I did is created a function in this bash shell called tune. I'll show you all the niceties of how that works in the next video, but what tune does is it follows the same logic. It's some Java code that passes AppleScript commands to the Cocoa libraries, and in this case it's AppleScript code that actually works with the iTunes player. So when I hit enter here, it's going to tell iTunes to choose a random song, and once that's going, I'll show you a couple of the other features that are available in this short application. So let's go ahead and get started. There's our random song. Let's do tune again to choose another random song from my library. One last time. We can say tune next to go to the next song in the library. And we can say tune pause. And of course when you pause you need to have a play option, of course, to start the player again. And of course tune quit. So if you join me for the next video, I'll show you how to write that application. I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you soon.